Good evening, everybody. My name is Mary Bingham, and of course you all know me as the 9 times great-granddaughter of John and Sarah Wilds. And tonight I have a little bit of a different story. This is a story of John Avery and Anthony Thacher. And it is about unwavering faith, long-lasting friendship, and the power of perseverance and the will to survive against all odds. You see, John Avery and William Thacher were not only cousins, but they were lifelong friends and neighbors who vowed to stick together and never turn their backs on each other. John Avery was invited to Marblehead, Massachusetts to become their pastor, as the new fish trading community was in need of a church. John was at first reluctant to accept the challenge for reasons which remain unclear. However, the magistrates, local ministers, and settlers of Marblehead remained very persistent. So John agreed. And therefore, the Averys and the Thachers prepared to make the move to Marblehead. The families, along with Mr. William Elliot and 4 mariners, boarded the small vessel known as the Ship and Sail on August 11th, 1635. As the ship rounded Cape Ann about 3 days into the trip, the deadly winds of the hurricane split the old sails. Because it was night, the mariners did not replace the sails and anchored the boat as they planned to set sail again the next day. However, that did not happen, as the fierce storm took hold of the coastline as was never previously experienced. The mariners did all they could to keep the boat anchored, but to no avail. In Anthony Thacher's own words, the boat was driven before the wind and waves. Anthony Thacher's full account of the shipwreck is heartbreaking as he describes in detail the death of his own children whom he could not save, as well as the death of his beloved Avery cousins, and that entire Avery clan did perish in the shipwreck. So I'm going to go now to the historic storms of New England. I'm sorry, I think that's the right title. And it was written by Sidney Purley, and this is pages 7 and page 8. The vessel was driven nearer and nearer to the rocky shore. Then came a shock. The vessel had struck, and the sound of breaking timbers added to the thunder of the storm. The pinnace was upon the rock off what is now Rockport, which has since been known as Crackwood's Ledge. When the vessel struck, Mr. Avery and his eldest son and Mr. Thacher and his daughter were thrown into the seething waters and carried by a mighty wave upon the rock. When they found themselves there, they called to those in the pinnace, or the vessel, to come join them. During the few moments they were upon the ledge, expecting every instant to be washed from their footing into the raging sea, Mr. Avery raised his eyes toward heaven and uttered these memorable words: "Lord, I cannot challenge a preservation of my life, but according to thy covenant, I challenge heaven." Hardly had the words been spoken when a gigantic wave lifted the pinnace, or the vessel, on high and dashed it as with giant arms upon the rock, washing from the ledge those who had gained a momentary foothold upon it. Thus passed Mr. Avery and all his household to their eternal rest. Despite their staggering grief and utter physical pain, Anthony and his wife Mary survived by gathering items strewn about. They were able to clothe and feed themselves, as well as start a fire to keep warm. The Thachers remained on this desolate island until they were let on a boat the following day, and soon after made it to Marblehead. Supposedly, the General Court granted the island to Anthony the following year, 1636, and Anthony thus named the island Thacher's Woe. It is now known as Thacher's Island and is located in Rockport, Massachusetts. So Anthony and Mary eventually had 2 more sons, Judah and John, and they lived in Yarmouth, Massachusetts, where Anthony died at 80 years old. A cradle was one of the items that was washed ashore. Washed ashore from the shipwreck, which seemingly remains with descendants of the Thacher family today. So, are you a Thacher descendant? Please let me know in the comment section. And for those of us who are Avery descendants, I am not sure how this John Avery fits into the Avery genealogy. Is he a brother or a cousin to our progenitor, William? I will let you know when I find out. But if you know, can you please comment below? I have provided links for further reading in the detail section. So please like or dislike this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much again for listening, and have a great night. Thank you.